Bro, I used to have social anxiety and it was so fucking bad. Like, the amount of social situations or anxiety that was generated or things I would ruminate on that would make my life so much worse than it needed to be, just looking back, is actually ridiculous. Like, I wanted to talk about social anxiety and why it's actually so bad, and why a lot of people don't actually understand how bad it is, and how it's like you can't really see how bad it is with someone with, say, a disability. Like, I don't know, something like maybe you've lost your arm or something really bad, but you can like put yourself in their shoes and be like, oh, okay, to live without my hand, it would be fucking horrible. I get why it's suffering. But to someone with social anxiety, not many people actually talk about it and understand what people's direct experience of it is actually like. So it's more like a silent pandemic where people just go around suffering. And it's not like most people actually do experience this at some point in their life, whether it's through public speaking or, I don't know, some sort of like high status social games, like fucking with girlfriends, or like you're in a group and you want to appear good or high value or something like that. We all have these little games that we want to play, and a lot of us like to play and win these games. Again, this is the stuff that most people just like unconsciously go by and say, yeah, it doesn't exist, but everyone knows that it's happening. Anyway, kind of a little side tangent, but social anxiety is so bad. I used to, like, going into a social situation was hell, basically. Because going into thinking about the social situation, it'd be, I can't fucking do this, or I'm gonna fuck up, or I'm not gonna be able to say the right thing, or a certain like bunch of these thoughts would come up and make me anxious, which makes, in anticipation of said event, fucking shit. And then going to the actual event in person, now you're self-conscious. Now you don't know what to say. Now you're feeling anxious physically. And now everything else is playing up here. You can't fucking be present. And you can't really enjoy the situation as it is. It's just like you're locked. It's like you have a brick wall between you and the social situation, or there's like a glass mirror, or there's like chains holding you back. You just like fucking, nah, it's just you're not there. And then you get evidence that you're kind of not very good at social situations. And like you kind of start telling yourself that, you know what, I'm just not good with people. And then all of that perpetuates more of the same. You start telling yourself you're not good with people. What happens after you tell yourself that? You start acting in alignment with how we believe ourselves to be. We think this is who we are, therefore we act like that. And now we get more evidence that that's the type of person we are. So the next social situation comes around. I'm fucking bad at social situations. I must act like this because this is who I am. More evidence that this is who I am. More anxiety. More of those bad thoughts. Oh, mate. And then the next social situation, you fucking avoid it. It's too scary. It's too scary. Like, bro, why would I do that? It's just like, well, I could stay home and, you know, not do that. So let's do that instead, eh? And then since you avoided it, it gets harder and harder to do it next time. You avoid it again. You get even worse at socializing. So maybe the time that you do go, you think everyone's calling you weird or something like that. And then you just like, fucking, nah, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But the good thing is, social anxiety, like you can take out one part of it and it can like fall away. Like a house of cards taking out the bottom little card. Like if you address the thoughts that you have about yourself, the beliefs that you have, the whole rest of that like little loop, it just slowly fades away. And then you don't need to avoid it. You start getting better at social situations. So all of the other things upstream of it fixes it. If you address why you're avoiding it in the first place, like say you're scared of rejection and that's why you're feeling anxious in the first place. Because deep down you're scared that if they reject me, I don't like myself because I need other people to like me, which is a very common, belief that we structure ourselves around as we're growing up. If other people don't like us, what reason do we have to like ourselves? We need other people to like us, basically. Therefore, if you this is a cognitive distortion, basically. It's not reality. You can be fine without other people liking you, and you can learn to be intrinsically valuable. You can learn this. And then if you imagine everything you do with the baseline of this intrinsic value being through all social situations, instead of being scared of rejection, mate, I'm fine regardless of what happens. Imagine how powerful that is, being behind you instead of, I'm scared this goes poorly, because if it goes poorly, I'm a fucking horrible human being. So it can be changed. And like, I'll talk about this in other videos, by the way. I just wanted to yap on about how like bad it is and just talk about it a bit more. So yeah, like I think the worst part of it is probably like the self-consciousness in the social situations themselves. Like, bro, I can't even say what I want to say. Well, I can now, but like with social anxiety, you can't just say what you want to say. You have like a bunch of thoughts of like, this would be funny to say, this would be cool to say, I want to say this. And then it's like a different part of you just goes like, bang, clamps down and like, no, you cannot say that. And it's like, fucking, bro, I'll just like fucking go kill myself, I guess. It's like that's so annoying. And I remember like, even just like stupid little jokes. See, this was a few weeks ago, and I would have never been able to say this had I been like where I was before. Like I was around a few attractive women, and one of them said that they're hungry, and I was like, "Hi, hungry, I'm Jacob," like a fucking twat, and I physically like lifted up my knee and slapped it. And it's like they just looked at me, sort of laughed, and then went back to the conversation. It's like beforehand, I would have been thinking, like, it's so fucking stupid. Beforehand, I would have been thinking, they're gonna think I'm weird, they're gonna reject me, they're not gonna like me. Or just thinking, you know what, if I say the thing, they're just gonna fucking hate me. They're gonna look at me like I'm the fucking devil, bro. I think that's another trait that people with social anxiety have. We tend to expect the worst from social situations. But like 99.9% of the time, it's not going to come to pass. And even if that does come to pass, that nothing fundamentally changes about who we are. And we have to like learn to internalize that. Which is a lot easier said than done, but it is possible because I've done it. So follow me for that transformation. Haha, nice plug. Yeah, but like the self-consciousness and all of that, it's so bad. Again, I would have been too scared of being weird, cringe, all of those like little judgments, and expecting the situation to go so poorly. It's like, bro, it doesn't happen like that. Your brain thinks like it's 100%, it 100% knows that, hey, you're gonna get rejected in this stupid way. Like that's how it manifests to us. Like reality is 100%, this future, it's going to happen. But it's not like that. And if you get in enough social situations and give yourself evidence that, you know, I said the thing and it didn't happen. Holy shit, I'm safe. What the fuck? The worst case didn't come to pass. Or if the worst case does come to pass, I'm still going to wake up in the morning. I'm still going to do the same old things. I'm still going to do some poos. I'm still going to pee. I'm still going to eat food. I'm still going to exist. Like nothing fundamentally changes. And like being able to see that for reality, I guess, is like pretty damn important in actually overcoming social anxiety. And another trait that social anxiety has, you know, I need to fucking stop saying Anyway, another trait that people with social anxiety have is ruminating. Like if a social situation goes poorly, they will just be so in their heads of like how bad they are as a person, how bad they performed, how like they zone in and like imagine their facial expression for like that half a second of where they might look disgusted or like you did something bad or cringe, and then they just reacted with like that fucking like weirded out face. And it's like your brain just like plays that image out in your head over and over again. And it fills you with such shame and negative emotions, and it's like you come to the conclusion that, fuck, this is just who I am. I can't. What the fuck? I'm still saying I just fundamentally can't do this. there's just something wrong with me. Like, these statements, you start saying them and then it keeps happening. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse until you fundamentally have the belief that you're just different and other people other people have something that you just don't have. I found that a lot of people with this social anxiety have this belief about themselves as well. They've been repeatedly shown that they're different, or they're not normal, or they're weird in some way. And then, like, that part of them is just like a scared little kid, basically. And it's like, they don't want to receive evidence that they're fucking weird. And then you get in this social situation, you say something cringe, and then their brain just like hyper fixates on that moment when they did say something cringe. And it's like, it was 1 second of experience, one mess up. They could have been in a really foul mood. They could be not even there, and they were just projecting something onto you. But in your mind, it's like 100% fixed that you're a fucking loser, an idiot, and there's something wrong with you. Despite, like, if you looked at it from an outside perspective, or even, this is actually a good, like, thing to do. If you heard another person in the exact same situation that wasn't you, how would you judge it? If you saw another person make the same conclusion about themselves, that they're fucking worthless, and all of the crap that you do to yourself. Like, imagine a 15-year-old that has low self-esteem, they just had the same social situation, and they're telling themselves that they're worthless. Would you say, you know what? You're right, you're fucking worthless? No. So why do you apply these standards to yourself that you just don't apply to other people? This is another trait that people with social anxiety have. They're extremely harsh on themselves, and they're almost perfectionistic. They expect so much from themselves, and they judge themselves so highly. But it doesn't, like, they're not high expectations. They're like, well, they are high expectations, but it comes from a place of attacking. If you don't reach these expectations, you attack yourself, you spiral, you self-sabotage, you fucking self-attack. It's like all of these features come together to make social anxiety, and it just makes such a bad experience interacting with people. And it's like, I hope you understand, if you don't have social anxiety, well, I can sit here and say that be grateful that you don't have social anxiety, but we all have problems. We all have things we don't like about ourselves. We all have things we want to be different. Even if your thing isn't social anxiety, it could be something else. You wish you got higher grades. I don't know. But, like, we all have problems. And understanding that everyone has their own things that they're working through, but, like, not sitting from a place of, like, almost superiority. A lot of people with problems in their life attack other people from a place of, like, above them. You don't know what I'm going through, so therefore, in a way, I'm superior to you. It's a way to make themselves seem special. And it's like, man, relax. Understand that they're going through problems. You have problems the same way. You might think that other people's problems are more severe, less severe, but in the grand scheme of things, you just have to be more understanding and more just accepting. Even if someone's done something bad, try to understand them. This is a lens through which you can view the world that would result in so much more positivity and understanding. It's literally try and understand them. Not how can I project my bullshit onto them. Not how can I feel superior to them. Not how can I make them out to be the bad guys and feel superior again. It's like, how can I understand what they're going through? How can I place myself in their shoes, really? It's like, oh, okay, they have their own problems. They're projecting in this way. They're insecure about this. And it's like, even the people that you think are fundamentally perfect and have their lives together, it's like, do they really? Do you really know what it's like to be them? They could be, on the surface, having everything together, but deep down, they're striving so hard for validation, or they need this whole like system to keep going. Otherwise, they're going to collapse, and they feel like their entire life is just built on a sandy foundation that could crumble at any moment, and that they have to keep going and attacking and pushing and working in order to feel this way. It's like people with social anxiety. It's just one problem. It's fucking bad, obviously, as I hope I've explained to you, but like, everyone has problems. Be more understanding, and even if just like one person is more understanding to like a parent or something, I think that's a job well done for me. So yeah, hope you appreciate the video, and I hope you like and sub. Helps me out, and yeah, take care, bye bye.